safe. Moments later, Johnson's kill team arrives. Bob and Nick spring their trap, deploying napalm and pipe bombs to fight off the attackers. Bob picks off the remaining soldiers, but their escape is interrupted by a helicopter. Memories of Ethiopia flood Bob's mind as he and Nick scramble to evade the relentless pursuit. In a daring move, Nick lures the helicopter off course, while Bob shoots its gas tank, bringing it down in a fiery explosion. The duo retreats to Montana, where Bob sets the stage for a final confrontation. He arranges a meeting with Johnson and Meacham in the snowy wilderness, while Nick tips off the FBI. Bob offers a deal: Sarah's safe return in exchange for Shandor's recorded confession of the Ethiopian massacre. The next day, the corrupt officials arrive at the meeting point with Sarah in tow. A hooded figure, seemingly Bob, approaches. Suddenly, a sniper team opens fire, taking him down. But it's all part of Bob's plan. The hooded figure is Nick, wearing body armor. With the element of surprise, Bob eliminates the snipers, kills Payne, and frees Sarah. Nick secures the officials as the FBI closes in, thanks to a letter he sent detailing the location. Overwhelmed with rage, Sarah grabs a pistol and empties it into Payne's lifeless body, until Bob steps in to console her. Turning to Meacham, Bob rejects the senator's slimy offer to join their corrupt network. Realizing that exposing the tape would only make him a bigger target, Bob burns it instead, a symbolic act of defiance. As the FBI arrives, Johnson and Meacham gloat over their temporary survival, believing they've outmaneuvered Bob. But Bob isn't one to give up easily, and this isn't over yet. Sometime later, Bob is allowed to present his case in a private meeting with Attorney General Russert, FBI agents, and Colonel Johnson, who seems hesitant to engage in the discussion. With his confiscated rifle in hand, Bob demonstrates his innocence with Nick's help. In front of a nervous panel, he shows them that his rifle won't fire properly, because he always swaps out the firing pins with non-functional ones when leaving home, making it impossible for the gun to be used. Despite the clear evidence, Colonel Johnson refuses to accept any responsibility, maintaining that the blame won't reach him. Nick, however, doesn't hold back. He shows the Attorney General photos of the Ethiopian massacre carried out by Johnson's organization. While the act is undeniably heinous, Russert points out that he can't charge anyone for crimes committed outside the United States jurisdiction. As Johnson leaves, he smugly brushes off Bob, claiming another victory for himself. The Attorney General decides to release Bob, but the soldier is far from satisfied with the outcome. He realizes that if justice is to be served, more drastic measures might be needed. Later, at Senator Meacham's mountain cabin, he, Johnson, and Dobler celebrate their narrow escape from the law, toasting to their success in twisting the truth. Meacham orders Johnson to prepare for a new mission involving an uprising in Ecuador, which he believes is easy to solve. But the celebration is cut short when a guard suddenly falls from the balcony and gunfire erupts outside. Bob appears at the door, methodically taking down the remaining bodyguards before confronting Dobler. The remorseful Dobler pleads for his life, but Bob remains unwavering. When Meacham tries to assert his authority, warning Bob that killing a U.S. senator would have severe consequences, Bob shoots him point blank. To frame Johnson for the murder, Bob places his gun in the colonel's hand, ensuring the scene looks like an act of self-defense gone wrong. Before leaving, Bob sabotages the gas valve, setting the cabin on fire, which soon explodes in a fiery inferno. The next morning, Bob walks several miles down the road, where Sarah is waiting for him in a car. Having accomplished his revenge, Bob and Sarah drive off into the distance, eager to put the past behind them and begin a fresh chapter of their lives together.